Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and it is now time for RWBY. Again, we are halfway through the volume. We are now up to episode 8 of this volume, which leaves a couple more episodes left. 6, yeah. Can't math, apparently. So, last episode was the origin story of Maria, who was originally called the Grim Reaper. And the only complaint I really have looking back on it is that if she's this well-known figure, and if they had planned on her existing, then where was all the memorabilia of her? Like, you would think somebody like her would have, they would have referenced her beforehand, maybe, to kind of build up to that point. Because obviously she's meant to be a big deal, barring the whole Silver Eye tidbits. What else? Yeah, I was just thinking, like, maybe if RWBY had, like, a figure, like, it doesn't need to be, like, explicitly, or not explicitly shown, it doesn't need to be explicitly stated or whatever, it just needs to be in the background. You know, that foreshadowing kind of thing, where it's like, it just, like, for example, when she was in her home, just put like a figurine of her or something like that. Excuse me. So that's just kind of my whole gripe with it. If she's this big legend, then why are we just now learning about her when she could have been like annotated, you know, briefly here and there? Maybe mention her in volume 3, mention her again in volume 5, and then of course introduce her in volume 6, although she was originally meant to be introduced in volume 5, but time constraints and whatnot, and we won't speak of volume 5 because just no. But anyways, yeah, again, so far, all the way up to this point, I have been enjoying this volume. Minor complaints here and there, but nothing that really stands out to me like with what Volume 5 did. Anyway, folks, without further ado, let us press forward. And as before, I skipped the intro and the advertisement for Genlock and the advertisement for their Christmas stuff. But yeah, supposedly like everything's like 85% off or some shit like that.
Come on! You didn't even hear us out!
Our orders are clear. The Mistral Atlas border is closed.
Oh yeah, these
Please,
two schnooks.
Have a good day.
But...
A good day.
A good day.
I want to believe that I'm friends with Ironwood.
General Ironwood.
Yeah, get it right, Crow.
Yeah,
Jeez.
General Ironwood. Then fine. But look, we have Weiss Schnee with us, and we're trying to get her home safely.
How can he even see with those hats on? I don't like these guys. I don't like them at all.
Very well. You may speak with our commanding officer. We will fetch her at once.
I really don't like these guys.
They were kind of... super weird? Yeah.
No, they were just stupid.
What's wrong?
Well,
Oh yeah, it's gonna be winter.
know this commanding officer.
It has to be winter.
Good, isn't it?
Actually, wait.
If she's your friend...
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
she's
Weiss
more
may not
willing to
necessarily
help us.
know.
I wouldn't exactly call us friends.
If it's not winter, I'm gonna be so fucking angry.
Acquaintances?
Not quite.
Colleagues?
Former.
Enemies?
That's the one.
Wait,
Wait.
what?
How was
Oh, yeah,
colleagues
I come
warmer
through here
to
about once every 10
enemies?
years to get my
Those are like the
eyes picked up in
antithesis of each
Atlas.
other.
You bring outside cashews on one flight, and
Like,
suddenly
acquaintances
you're
maybe,
placed on the
but
additional screening
colleague
list
means
for
you
life.
work with
You
somebody.
gotta be kidding me.
Now, let's not give up hope yet.
As long as it's winter.
Maybe she's dead.
Jesus. No chill.
Introducing Special Operative Caroline Cordovan.
Who? Why is it? Oh my. Who the hell is this? I mean, I know they just said her name, but like I said, I'm salty. It's not winter. What the fuck?
Witch. She-devil.
I see you've chosen larger contraband to smuggle this time.
Oh, Cordo. You know, they say time changes people, but I see you've still got that stick right up.
Oh!
Stick right up your ass.
Cordovan? My name is Ruby Rose.
Cordovan.
And I was wondering if you would hear us
Is this
out
supposed to be a
about-
reference to
Heard what your other little friends had to
the
say.
queen
Miss Rose.
from Alice in Wonderland?
Back here. I thought I told you to leave!
And I told you we wouldn't rest until you let us through!
Nice to see you again as well.
You
Okay.
civilians are clearly incapable of comprehending the importance of our mission here in Argus. So allow me to say this slowly with smaller words.
Smaller words to break it down for the dummies.
That relay tower, the very safety of Argus are all gifts from the glorious kingdom of Atlas. And it is my duty to uphold.
Okay.
Only I have
That's a
the
visual.
tenacity for such a task.
This is
Wit! Such
this is going down the
Or maybe
Uber
Atlas just wanted
nationalist
to get you
route.
as far from the kingdom as possible.
You're just like the rest of these Argus ingrates. This city wouldn't even be here if it weren't for our Elysian ancestors. And
Oh
what
yeah, they
do we
are
get in
definitely
return?
going down that
The
nationalist
entire
route.
world is ready to put a knife to our throats.
Please, we know your kingdom
So,
had nothing to
mild
do with
political
the gold
commentary?
beacon. We were there. No one's happy about the Atlas borders or embargo, but I know General Ironwood is just worried. It's why we need to talk
The general is no coward. Atlas is strong. He followed the kingdom's plan to make us their enemy.
She is just straight up indoctrinated
Atlas
into
will
the.
prevail.
Atlas will prevail!
Shut the hell up,
Do
you
you guys
two.
seriously have to do that?
For real. For once, Blake, I agree with you. Holy shit.
If Miss Schnee has truly come to her senses and wishes to return to her family, then of course the Atlas military will escort her home.
Collect that
But
money.
the kingdom will not be responsible for her friends of questionable character.
Ooh, racism.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means we're done here.
Okay, she wasn't as bad as I thought. She a little cartoony on the whole, like,
Oh yeah?
hail my
Your
country.
face looks like a big dumb boot.
Way to show her, Nora.
Yeah, for real. I'm agreeing with John, and I'm agreeing with Blake. What is this episode?
Don't.
Weiss,
What even
I
is?
told you we wouldn't leave your side for a second. We'll find a way to Atlas. Together.
Piracy. Gotta find a pirate. I'm sure there's some smugglers here and about. It's
So,
Mistral. I mean, come on now.
Where are we going now?
Yeah, what's the plan?
The plan?
The plan.
just got shut on our face 3 times over. I'm going for a drink.
Of course you are.
Uncle Crow, I really think we should try and come up with something.
I'm kind of annoyed with Crow right now because he's being
What's
fucking
his
worthless.
problem? It's
For
not your
real.
fault we can't go on.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Be a
They
jerk
don't
and
know
we
yet
can come up with something
about
without him.
Ozpin and the.
I mean, we've got Ozpin with us. He usually knows
Yeah,
what to
about
do.
that. About that.
John!
We don't have home
It was
insurance.
for nothing.
That's not true.
Really? Because it sure
Or
does
they don't have
sound
home
like it.
insurance.
I am.
If Salem can't be killed, then how are we supposed to win this?
Hmm. The big question of the day.
Wow. Great plan, everyone.
Well, you're the strategist.
Look,
You
I
come
know
up with
this is
something,
great,
John.
No, but we're not the bad guys here. Are we sure about that?
Oh, this. Okay, yeah, this is where
He's
John's
in
gonna.
your head, isn't he? Did you already know about this?
He didn't know any of it!
How much longer can we even trust him?
John!
Jesus Christ, dude!
Believe
Like,
in the
calm
truth.
down.
What if we've been talking to that liar this whole time?
John!
Real dude, like, shut the fuck up and calm down. Fuck. Like, I know he's angry about the whole Pyrrha thing, and I understand he's angry with Ozpin, whatever, but it's not Oscar's fault. Shit. Just a kid. Damn. At least you can do is apologize. I mean, passive-aggressively apologize, but, you know.
Is he gonna be okay?
I don't know.
I think it would be best if we had some time to ourselves.
Drama. Yeah, I can understand all three of them being salty
Maybe we
over
could
Pyrrha,
all use some space.
but John overreacted a little bit. You know, just a smidge. Just a wee smidge. I mean, I feel bad for him. He gets fucking punched by Out Crow, then he gets shoved to the wall by
Please.
fucking John. Like,
where
damn, poor kid.
You know, I came out here to avoid the yelling.
Sorry.
Silver eyes.
The others went to get food for tonight.
Why not go with them?
I don't know.
Everybody's going through a
I don't know
mood.
Anything. What do I tell Jean and his team when we don't even have a plan? The Crow's out drinking. Osmond hasn't come back, and even if he did, I don't know if I could trust him.
Basically, the adults are
And
useless.
there's always Jin, but We
Oh,
only have one more
okay.
question we can ask her.
Okay, they're bringing that up. Good. I was hoping they didn't, like, just
I feel
forget
like
about
I'm
it.
letting everyone down.
You know,
Not really your fault,
you
Ruby.
don't
I
give
mean,
yourself
Crow and
enough
Oz are
credit.
being useless assholes, and then
Thanks.
Jean's
That wasn't a
raging.
compliment.
Which, again,
What?
it's cool that he's
If
mad.
I have to explain it to you, it'll
It's just you
defeat the
overreacted.
purpose. But if you're tired of not knowing anything, how about we discuss those eyes of yours?
There we go.
Oh, yes, ma'am. I would be honored.
Sit back down, for Pete's sake. Let's start with what you do know. Tell me.
I can shoot lasers
Silver
out my
Eye people
eyes.
are supposed to be legendary warriors. Or something. And at the Fall of Beacon, I turned a giant wyvern into stone.
Text message.
Oh, boy.
Settle with that
Look,
later.
if I already knew everything, I wouldn't be asking for help.
Yelling.
What's your tone, young
It's
lady?
not your fault. I had my father to teach me. And even he.
I'm seeing the
didn't have all
butterflies,
the
and I'm thinking
answers.
of,
But what he told me makes
the
sense.
is this a blank
given what I've
meme?
seen.
Is that a
Was he
bird?
huntsman too?
It wasn't really an official title back in his day. I only knew him as an old soldier and an excellent teacher.
Old soldier boy.
I never attended one of those fancy academies of yours, but I scored
Okay, so
higher
she
on
wasn't
the
an
license exam than any other huntsman.
She wasn't
or
an official
huntress
huntress
that
then.
day.
She was just kind of
Huh.
independent.
He must have been proud.
And then again, I'll get into that later.
He would have scolded me for showing off.
Gotta learn what the silver eyes do.
He'd never been able to find much information about our abilities. Just legends of warriors whose eyes shone like mirrors, reflecting the light of the world onto darkness. He found so little, in fact, that it made him cautious. How could such powerful bloodlines be so rare? Unless something was actively seeking to destroy them.
Salem.
Ah.
I
That's why there's
tried
not a
to
bunch
keep
of
my powers a secret. But as
Salem
you know,
keeps killing
it
them.
wasn't enough.
I mean, obviously, but
I owe my life to my training and my semblance. At the end of the day, those are still your most powerful tools.
What is your semblance?
Reflexes! A silly name I came up with.
really.
Hard to explain, but I can sense everything better than most and react to attacks almost before they happen. Combine
Okay.
that with my training and secret ability to turn Grim to stone, or blind them, or vaporize them.
Okay, they're addressing that. Okay, because that was a complaint I had as well.
And
Like,
that's how you become the
why does it
Grim
turn
Reaper.
some Grim to stone but vaporize others?
So,
Then again,
how do I laser beam monsters with my eyeballs?
First, you stop thinking like that. I want you to think of all the times
That was
you
good.
triggered your powers. What did those moments have in common?
I was scared for my life.
and
Yeah.
stressed. Is it emotional? Like unlocking a semblance?
It's emotional, but more focused than that. Think. What is it you wanted?
I wanted
Power.
to protect my friends.
Or that.
Precisely. It is the desire to preserve life which fuels the light inside you. And make no mistake,
That's red like roses.
it is light. Preservation is an extension of creation, or at the very least, an enemy of destruction.
Did I call it?
Creatures of Grimm were made by the god of
I
darkness.
fucking called it.
But your light comes from his brother.
Yeah, called it,
How do you know
boys.
that?
I
Referring
always
to
knew
a
how to use
thread
the
I
light,
made
but never
on Facebook.
why it only worked on the Grimm.
Oh,
Then
I
Jin showed
called
us
it.
her vision. Were you paying attention?
Now, if it's anti-magic, then I'll be 100% correct. Yeah, exactly.
God of light.
Aha! I'm so happy I fucking called it. I'm sure other people made that theory as well, so I'm not taking sole credit for it.
Okay, where do we start?
Well, not here. The light will only work in the presence of Grimm, meaning the only practice you'll get will be a trial by fire. But
Trial by
what
combat.
you can do is focus on creating a state of mind that you can tap into when you need it. Don't Think about your light as a means of destroying evil, but as a way to protect the people of Remnant.
But that can't be right.
It's called
You said the
Spirage.
light only reacts to Grim, but I used it during our battle at Haven. It reacted to Cinder.
Interesting. Perhaps there was something that you just weren't seeing?
Ruby!
Oh, I was gonna say, like, oh, maybe it is anti-magic.
Oh, hey, guys.
But no, never mind.
What's going on?
It's Oscar. He's missing.
Oh shit, Amber Alert! Oscar's gone missing. Have you seen this wee little lad? He was last seen at this house owned by this couple, with a child. Alrighty, so first two things I need to point out. Holy shit, that's a big cobweb I need to get rid of. There's like this big string of a cobweb just fluttering about that I just now saw. I'm just like, what the hell? But, you know, thankfully it's a cobweb, not an actual web, because if it was an actual spider, I'd probably be inclined to kill it. So, yeah, obviously, the freaking military chick wasn't Winter. A little salty about that. Kind of Jean salty levels, or Jean levels of saltiness. Granted, I'm not going to grab a 14-year-old boy and shove him to the wall and yell and scream at him, because my girlfriend's dead. But yeah, I wasn't big on the two Tweedle. I don't know if I think they were supposed to be Tweedledum and Tweedledee, but I wasn't too big on them. The short military chick was okay. I'm assuming she's a reference to actually. Let me see who voiced her real quick. Because I had half of mine that was going to be what's her face? Let's see. Nora Caroline. What the hell? Melia Lee. I think that's what that says. I don't know, that's horrible background for that color. But anyways, her voice acting, neither here nor there. I mean, she just said a few things and then yeah. So I don't really have much of a pay on her. She was okay, I guess. Jean flipping the fuck out again, a little over exaggerated. Now I'm not dinging the show, saying like, you know, oh, that was stupid. He shouldn't be that angry. Da, da, da. No, it's like, you know, I'm reacting to the reaction of Jean being all pissed off, bitter, and angry and whatnot. But so yeah, Maria was not an official huntress. She was just kind of an independent one, which is something I need to kind of harp on the show a little bit, because huntsmen and huntresses have been independent. Like, there's nothing that really defines what a huntsman/huntress is, and they still haven't really addressed that, because you saw Roman and Neo, they know how to fight. Cinder knows how to fight. Emerald and what's his face? Gray. No, not Gray. What the hell's the dude's name? It's slipping me. How do I not know this dude's name? The gray-haired guy whose name is like escaping me for some reason. But anyways, so yeah, like they know how to fight. And then I always thought that like huntsmen and huntresses should have had like a creed or a motto, something, a code to live by, instead of essentially being mercenaries, because nothing really separates Maria from like what Crow is or was or what he is, because obviously he's not dead yet. Still waiting on that possibility that he might die this episode, or not this episode. Obviously he didn't die this episode, but this volume. Excuse me. This volume, especially with how downtrodden he's been. But yeah, I've just always had that kind of issue with the show when it comes to huntsmen and huntresses, because like even like in the Nights watching Game of Thrones, for example, they have an identity of what they're supposed to be, even though the show portrays them as basically just a bunch of vagabonds, rapists, murderers, thieves, etc. But they were supposed to be a brotherhood that protected the Seven Kingdoms from, you know, the big threat up north. But yeah, I mean, they just don't have an identity, and it looks like it's gonna rain. Excuse me. But also, like Maria bragging about her reflexes and all that stuff, when contextually speaking, the episode we saw her be like a badass and all the jazz, she also got owned by the crocodile chick, which I think I said it was a reference to the crocodile from Hook, or not Hook, but Peter Pan, which it was. A lot of people figured that out. And granted, it was kind of obvious. But yeah, I felt like that should have been two different episodes, like show her being this badass or whatever, and then maybe allude to her losing her eyes, and then maybe allude to also that the crocodile chick is still alive somewhere. You know, have her be a villain that comes up later on, even though she'd be an old lady too. But you could just, I don't know, maybe make her partially grim, and maybe that be how Ruby figures out how to use her eyes, since Maria said, "Oh, trial by combat, essentially to unlock your silver eye powers and whatnot." Like, have her pop up, be pretty much mostly grim, have her beat the shit out of Maria again, and then have Ruby do the thing, and then have Maria say that, I lost my eyes to her. We don't need to actually visually see her lose her eyes. We just need to have it stated. Granted, what was shown was fucking brutal, but, maybe have, like, that scar across her face, or maybe, like, show flashes of her eyes getting slashed or whatever. But that's just minor nitpicks on my end. Overall, this episode might have been the weakest one so far for me, because we didn't really... I mean, yes, I'm glad at my theory about Silver Eyes being a product of the God of Light being confirmed. I'm happy about that. But we didn't necessarily get a full explanation on what Silver Eyes are, when we should have gotten something more to go on, as opposed to Maria's father being a thing, being the one that taught her, and all that jazz. I guess I was just expecting a little bit more from it, but what we got was okay. And we'll get more down the line, so I'm not, completely saying, oh, nope, done. Fucking rage quit, and fucking... This is what happens when you buy new socks. You get freaking fuzzies everywhere. Yeah, so weakest episode to date. I didn't dislike it, but I can't say I particularly liked it. But at the same time, the streak continues because I didn't dislike this episode. It was a 5 out of 10 for me. Maybe a 4.5 out of 10, but that's just to say that nothing really happened. It was kind of it was more or less a filler episode. I think I would have been happier if it had been winter. And not to say that, like, oh, my expectations got thrown out the window, therefore I'm salty and stuff. It's just, I don't really see the point in introducing this new character, especially with Lady Malachite, who I'm assuming we're never going to see again. She was kind of pointless, even though she's in the intro and all that stuff. She was more or less a plot device, really, because she was kind of the reason that Neo got to Cinder, when you didn't even need that at all. You could have just had Neo find Cinder randomly, like in an alley or some shit. Like, she had been tailing her, ever since the Haven attack or whatever. Like, she managed to make her way into the vault because the vault was still open or something like that. Or she heard that Cinder was in town and was looking for her or something like that. That's just, I don't know, minor nitpicks, but not too little too late. But retroactively, I can't really complain because Volume 5 is said and done. This volume is still doing better for me than Volume 5 did. So, yeah, I mean, at this point, I'm just rambling. But, so... As I said, okay episode, wasn't my favorite. Definitely the weakest of the volume to date. So, anywho, folks, let me know what your thoughts and opinions are down below, and I shall see you all next time.